Welcome back, everyone, to another video. Thank you to everyone showing support on the page so far. I have a lot of ideas for this page. I have a lot that I'm going to be trying out. I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate the comments and suggestions I've been getting. I'm going to make videos on your suggestions as well. However, for now, this video is going to be about assists in the NBA. Assists per game, assists to turnover ratio, anything and everything assists, and why I quite frankly think they're really overrated and oftentimes practically useless to mention when talking about offensive players and the value that players provide offensively. So before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe to the video, leave a comment on what you want to see next, drop a like, and get your snacks ready and get your popcorn ready. Do whatever you got to do. My arm is so itchy. And we'll get right into it because this might be a long video. Not sure how long this is going to be, but we're going to find out. So, assist numbers. Assists per game. Let's start with why. Why do we use assists? Why do we use assists? Well, assists, what is an assist? First of all, an assist is quite literally what happens when you pass the ball to your teammate and he scores. The result of your teammate scoring off of a pass that you gave to him, that you made to him. Now, why would an assist be a good way to measure passing, playmaking, whatever the case may be? Well, the common argument is that, an assist is making a play. You're making a play for your teammate simply by giving him the ball. To me, that's kind of arbitrary. To me, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Playmaking is you're creating something for your teammate. You're not just giving him the ball and saying, here you go, score. Now, an assist could be playmaking. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It could be. Let's say you're Steph Curry, you're coming off a screen, you draw two guys off the screen. One of them's your man, one of them's the roll man, or one of them's the screener's man. The screener's guy gets caught on Steph Curry. The screener's open, wide open, because of Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry provides such a tremendous impact, or I should say, he has such a pull on the defense. We call that gravity. The defense is so worried about what he's going to do that they commit extra attention to him, which therefore brings the defender away from his teammate. His teammate is now open because of him, because of Steph Curry, because of how good he is and how much of a threat he poses to the defense. He's open. The ball gets to him. He takes one dribble to the basket. It's a layup. Easy. Steph Curry did that. You're probably thinking, well, the guy with the ball got the assist for that, so he made the play. I don't think it's that black and white, and you can see it. You can see it, too, in real time. If you look at it, think about it, and look at it in a game, you can see it in real time. Steph Curry made the play. Steph Curry enabled his teammate to be open. Let's say Draymond Green. Steph Curry enabled Draymond to get open. The guy with the ball didn't do that. The guy with the ball just stood there and looked around. He picked up his dribble. He almost got trapped. He almost traveled. He didn't make a play. He simply passed Draymond the ball because he was open. But why was Draymond open? That's the key. Why was Draymond open? Because of Steph Curry. So assists oftentimes are not a good way. In fact, are honestly kind of a bad way to determine playmaking, gauge playmaking, tell us if a play was made. When you look at a guy like John Stockton, he has the most assists all time. Oh, he's the greatest passer ever. He's the greatest playmaker ever. But here's the thing is, you would have to go back and look at all of those assists to tell you whether or not he was actually creating plays for his teammates. I guarantee you, a lot of those assists come from dump-off passes to guys like Karl Malone, who could score the ball at ease practically. It's not playmaking. That's simply getting the ball to your teammate who can score. You're not doing any work. To me, playmaking requires work. Sure, it could be a semantics. This whole video could be a semantics thing. Oh, it's just your opinion. Okay. To me, I don't think assists are a good way to measure playmaking. I don't think they're a good way to measure passing either. I think the best way to measure passing is by watching the game. Passing. What kinds of passes? How accurate are you? How consistent are you? The level of difficulty. Can you execute high level passes? Can you get the ball to your teammates where only they can get it? It's tough because the court is small for a lot of guys, but That's what it is. You can't just look at assists for passing. It doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Yeah. So I just don't think assists are a good way to measure playmaking. Usually you look at players who average a lot of assists. Oh, that guy's averaging 10 assists. He's the best playmaker in the league. Well, is he? We have to dive deeper. If you're going to make a claim that a player is the best playmaker in the NBA, or one player is a better playmaker than another based on assists per game, I have a big problem with that. You have to go back and watch all of his assists to actually know if that's true. Are all of his assists actually creating for his teammates? Okay, sure, then you're right. But if they're not, there's some questions to be asked and questions to be answered. Let's talk about assist to turnover ratio, another common stat people like to use to bash players like Russell Westbrook, Trae Young, insert high usage player here. Now, one, players who have the ball a lot are probably going to get a sizable amount of turnovers. It is what it is. That's how it is. Trae Young is one of those guys. Russell Westbrook is one of those guys. It happens. It happens. There's nothing you can really do about it. It comes with the territory of having the ball a lot. It comes with the territory of having the ball a lot. Turnovers. So, for those that don't know, assist to turnover ratio, essentially how many assists you get, how many turnovers you get. Traditionally, 2-1, 3-1, whatever. Something like that. On average, most high level, high usage or moderate usage ball handlers, 2-1, 3-1, sometimes 4-1 if you're like Magic Johnson or John Stockton, whatever. A lot of it too comes when players they don't take as many risks with the ball. They're afraid to make high level passes with the ball, so their turnovers are going to be lower. Their assists may be higher. They're a lot more conservative with the ball, so their assists and turnovers are going to be higher assists, lower turnover. But guys who are a little fancier, if you will, a little more willing to take risks, probably going to have a couple extra turnovers. But as I talked about in my Russell Westbrook video, turnovers also really aren't that bad because a turnover automatically off the bat is not just the fault of the ball handler. It doesn't automatically mean the ball handler is at fault. You have to understand that players who have the ball a lot, one, are bound to commit more turnovers that comes with the territory, but two, it's not always their fault that they get turnovers. It's not always their fault to turn the ball over. Because if you look at a player who passes his teammate the ball, if his teammate drops the ball, but it was a good pass, the ball handler will get a turnover for that. But that wasn't his fault because the ball was placed perfectly. Placed perfectly. But the intended recipient of the pass dropped the ball. How is that the fault of the ball handler and the passer? It's not. It's not. So this is just a small dive. I don't know how much I want to say because I could just talk for a long time about this kind of thing. And it's something that I've very much talked about on my TikTok a lot. You can go back and look at old videos that I've made about this topic. Interesting topic, in my opinion. And it's something that I think a lot of people overlook and something I think a lot of people don't quite understand. And it's something that I think it's something that needs more recognition because there's so many people that say, oh, 9 assists. Oh, he's playmaking clinic tonight. But 4 of those assists could literally just be inbound passes and the guy scores. You have to look at the game. You have to watch the game. A lot of this channel is going to be a very great emphasis on you need to watch the game. If you don't watch the game, oftentimes you have no idea what's going on. If you look at basketball through a stat sheet, point, rebounds, assists, you don't actually watch the game. You don't actually know what's going on. You don't know ball. And I hate to be that guy because I don't like when people say that, but it's true. You need to watch the game to know the game. You can't sit and look at the box score every single game and think you know what's going on. You don't. The game requires context. The game requires context. When it comes to assists, the game requires context. All assists require context. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to try and keep these videos as short as I can. I want to make, though, a further in-depth video on this kind of thing at some point. But thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, any suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and that's it. Peace out.